This is a tutorial on how to create an avatar-inspired face paint look. Most of these products have already been used in previous tutorials and can be found on Amazon. Avoid direct contact with your eyes and don't consume. The first step is to cover your eyebrows. To do this, take a small amount of wax and warm it up in your hands by rolling it into a ball. Then place it on the inner part of your eyebrow and start to smudge outwards. Make sure you do it this way round so the wax doesn't have to fight against the direction of your hair growth. Then repeat this on the other eyebrow. After you have done this, take a damp sponge and start to apply a base coat of the light blue face paint. Make sure you cover your entire face. It's okay if it looks a bit patchy, but you will have to go over this a second time, or even a third. Start to cover your neck with the face paint as well. When applying the second layer of face paint, make sure the sponge isn't too wet, or it may accidentally start to remove the layer of face paint underneath. Dab the sponge into the dark blue and then blend it together on the back of your hand with the pale blue face paint. This creates a consistent mid-tone to start contouring your face with. Start by defining your cheekbones and your jaw. Make sure you blend it quite well so it looks more realistic. Also use this colour to blend the paint into your hairline and contour your forehead. To start the nose contouring, line each side, but make sure the contour is in a straight line and fairly far apart. This makes the nose look more square, which is what you're trying to attempt with this look. Blend the colour towards your eyes as well. Dab the sponge back into the dark blue and start to build up the contour so it's more dramatic. Use the edge of the sponge to add a deep shadow between the cupid's bow and start to connect the cheek contour to your nose by blending it across your apples of your cheeks. To give the illusion that your lips are bigger, add a subtle line under your bottom lip. Use the excess face paint to top up the contours and blend out the eye area. Using a medium-sized brush, apply more of the dark face paint onto the back of your hand and use it to cut the crease of your eyelid. Also darken the contour on the side of your nose. When the product is running out on the brush, use it to blend out the harsh shapes rather than the sponge, as the sponge can sometimes be a clumsy applicator when it comes to smaller areas. Use the darker blue face paint similar to how you would apply eyeliner. Brush it across your upper and lower lash line. Using the darker blue face paint, draw on more rounded eyebrows, but make them shorter. It may help to look at the character's eyebrows for reference beforehand. It doesn't matter if these aren't exactly symmetrical. To draw on the forehead lines, start by using the dark blue face paint to mark a central line for guidance. Start to copy the abstract hexagonal shapes that form this part of the design. Roughly start blending it out, but make sure it's thicker towards the hairline and thinner towards the nose. Use the sponge to help blend it out to ensure that there isn't too harsh of a contrast between the colour of the base colour and this detailing. The other lines are still angular, but they slightly curve towards the centrepiece. There's no real shape to them. Try to keep these lines similar, but make sure they get smaller the further away they are from the centre. Draw a line on both sides of your nose, in line with the second line on your forehead. Also, start to add some more pigment onto the inner corners of your eyes. Add an additional 3 lines to the centre of your face. One on the point of your cheekbones, another just under where you contoured, and one right on your jawline. Blend them out and add some thicker lines to your neck. Add a small amount of black to frame your eyes, and then generously apply the black face paint onto your eyelashes, which then acts like a mascara and helps complete this look and draw attention to your eyes. Be careful to not poke the brush into your eye whilst doing this. With some of the black still on your brush, mix some dark blue onto it as well and apply it into the crease of your eye and blend. Finally, use a thin brush and add some white face paint to add small dots in clusters onto your face. Mainly focus on adding them onto your forehead and in a line from where the start of your eyebrow was up to your hairline. And some on your cheeks and on the side of your nose. You can use a photo for reference here, but it doesn't matter too much where these dots are placed, as long as they look somewhat randomly placed and small. Think of them similar to freckles. This is how mine turned out in the end. And thank you for watching.